Hello guys, Brian back here. I'm going to show you why I think Ethereum is coming into its retrace. I don't believe we're going into all-time highs, but I do believe a retrace is coming in, alright? As you can see, this is ETH on the weekly. It's been following this trend line up here since this started back in November. It's been respecting this thing the whole way up here, okay? I want to show you something. This ended up running into wave 4, alright? I believe that's the pivotal price area to break with this thing. Okay, when this bull run ended, wave 4 came down there, then a 5. Now you can see that we've made it back up, right back up to right to that wave 4 right there. That's been our high since the bear market kicked in here. Okay, I believe if we break above that 21, what is that, 2153? We break above that, and I believe this thing's really going to start picking up steam. Okay, that's that wave 4 retrace. Now if we go over to Bitcoin, this is what I'm going to show you here. Okay, now it's pretty similar here. Bitcoin ended up doing the same, pretty much the same exact thing. All right, you can see this thing ended up 2, 3, 4, and then our 5th wave down, and you can see Bitcoin has retraced up to this point, not quite back to that wave 4, but pretty close. All right, that's the same thing with Bitcoin. I believe we break above that, call it 31,600. I truly believe this thing's going to get flying. I think Bitcoin is in an ABC correction right now, but the last time this thing retraced back in 2017, all right, it took roughly 580 days from the top. Let me get my arrow here. From the top over here, which was in December of 2017, to the retrace, which happened in June and July of 2019, about 580 days. Now this time, this bull run, we ended up topping in November, I apologize, November of 2021 was our top here. Okay, now if we do any kind of similar thing, 580 days is going to put us into back over here. This was in June and July. We had our retrace. Well, this is June 1st where we're at now. Okay, so if we're going to repeat anything like the past, which a lot of price action does repeat in the crypto world, we would be coming into a retrace about now. All right, we're due for a retrace. Not saying we're going to go to all-time highs, but I do 100% believe Bitcoin is heading into a retrace. Now let me show you, which is also going to pull Ethereum up. Right, you can see this weekly RSI is starting to flip bullish here. Okay, this thing is bending, especially the stochastic. You can see that thing bending, ready to flip up here. Now if we go over to the monthly, once again, this thing is on its way up. Now with this monthly RSI, if you look back through here, this time here that this monthly RSI capped out, that was Bitcoin's top in 2017. When it topped out down here, the next time was on the retrace. When it topped out here was our bull market high for the last bull market. Now we're coming back up to the top again. I totally expect this one to be the retrace. So we had a top, bull run top, a top, retrace top, then we had the next top, bull run top, then this one should be the retrace top. So that's on the monthly. Now if we go back over to ETH here, you can see these RSIs very similar. Okay, we had our bull run back here, 2018 RSI top on the monthly. The next one, that was our retrace down in there. Let me zoom in here and pull this up a little bit for you. There you go, you can see the retrace. Not much of one there, but then we had our bull market top with the next RSI here on the monthly. Now we should be coming in for a retrace. And if I could ask you guys to please hit the like and subscribe before I forget, I would appreciate that so much, guys. Now let's go back to the weekly. You can see the weekly on Ethereum, that stochastic RSI is flipping up. It is bullish. It is officially bullish now on the weekly, 30.26 and a 28.35. All right, so keep an eye on that price area right there, that 2150, call it 2160. All right, we break above that, this thing's gonna roll. Now if we go over to the DXY, stick with me here because this all ties together. Let me get this fib off there. You can see this thing started following this support back in May of 2021. ran up, had our top, we fell through that support, came back tested it now as resistance. This is the DXY, the US dollar. Okay, now we've made a lower high. All right, this on the weekly, this thing's about ready to roll over again. Everybody's thinking this thing is gonna, possibly be doing a W pattern in here, something like this, and then taking off. I honestly don't think that's what's going on. If you put a Fibonacci on this thing, and I'll show you a couple other things that tie into this thing rolling over. Right, this thing made it up to the 786, and it's got rejected hard off of here. Okay, you can see that big red candle on the weekly. This thing is just rolling right over. It's down 0.65% right now as I'm making this video. You can see it came right up to that 786. Now if we look at the daily stochastic, it is rolling over. This thing's having a huge red candle here, right? So this thing, it obviously needs a big correction. Like I said, we've had this high, now we have a lower high. I expect a lower low to come in here. If this thing takes out 100.8, it's really going to get rolling. And we all know if the DXY is falling, and I don't want the dollar to just tank, obviously, but just this little bit that this thing could fall could really set the crypto market flying. All right, if we look at the S&P 500, this thing also is just on the daily. Still got some up room. That daily RSI is starting to bend over a little bit, but it's still riding this support line that it's had since back in September of 2022. You can see on the daily it's just riding right up here. Now this is going to be the pivotal point here. It needs to take out this high over here. It's getting on the weekly. On the weekly you can see it's getting a little over exhausted here, but we have, let's see here, we have taken out this high, so we do officially have a higher high in here from this week here, so that's great to see on this thing. The monthly, it is heading up. All right, so this thing I believe still has some room up. It's up 0.98% today, and as long as it continues to ride this up here, that S&P 500, we all know Bitcoin kind of reacts about a day late after this thing has run or whatever, but we all know when the S&P and the Dow Jones is going up, Bitcoin has been pretty correlated to it, kind of breaking away from it a little bit lately, but kind of correlated to it also. So let's go back to Ethereum here. Like I said, we got this daily trend chart flying up here. That's going to be that key level to take out here, right there. We take that out, like I said, to 2153 area. This thing's really going to get going. We got that weekly RSI turning up. We got the monthly RSI heading up, and everything else tying in together, guys. This thing should be coming in for a retrace. All right, so if we put a Fibonacci on the top of this thing, usually a 618 to a 702 is a retracement. We're due for a retracement out of this thing. Just to get back to the 618, you're looking at a $2,900 Ethereum. That's 702, 3373. And this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I have to say that stuff, but it's just what I see going on in the market. We have to have a retrace at some time. All right, these things always have a retracement. If you go back through Bitcoin, back in 2017, it took almost a year, whatever that is, 577 days. Let me get that off there so I can put a fib on here. I just want to show you, even though this thing tanked down through there, we ended up coming back and doing a 702 retracement before we went for a final dip before the next bull run started. So if that would ended up being after that top came in, roughly another 500 days, then the bull run kicked in, which would line up perfectly. I don't think we're going to do a bull run until 2024. They're expecting the Bitcoin halving to be in the spring of 2024, about 6 months after that. In 2021, I remember the crypto market really starting to take off. It'll catch you by surprise. If you've never been through a bull run, you're in for a treat. A lot of fun, that's for sure. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Please hit the like and subscribe. Like I said, I believe Bitcoin right now possibly be doing an ABC correction, and I think this thing's really going to get rolling. So, thanks a lot. I'll talk to you soon.